Welcome back to part 2 of my Taiwan adventure. Last time you joined me in the capital city of Taipei, as well as in the scenic Sun Moon Lake. This time around, you'll join me in Tainan. Then we head down south to Kaohsiung. From historic sites to black sand beaches, nightlife to gourmet eats, there is still so much to explore in this wonderful island nation. I departed Sun Moon Lake and made my way toward Tainan, Taiwan's original capital city from the 1680s to the 1880s, a city filled with tremendous history. A quick pit stop was in order on the way into town at the Jingzhong salt fields. I'm here in Jingzhong, which I'm butchering for sure. But as you can see behind me, there are these nice cones of salt. This is where they used to produce sea salt. They would rake it up and use it here in Taiwan. This is a typical salt field. So this is located pretty close to the west coast here in Taiwan. And I'm gonna go wade in the salt water. A wonderfully interactive experience to not only learn about the salt industry in Taiwan, but tourists are actually encouraged to try out drying, raking, and collecting of the salt. Plus, you can buy all sorts of salty souvenirs and treats. After the pit stop, it was back on the road to Tainan. But I'd built up an appetite, so my first mission was to locate Chi Kan Vegetarian House for lunch. Well, I've made it to Tainan, and I am at the Chi Kan West House. It is a vegetarian restaurant, so I'm very excited to eat at a fully vegetarian local restaurant. Originally a civilian household of a rich merchant, it was later bought by a couple who spent nearly all of their fortune in remodeling. The best part about this dining venue, aesthetically, is the fact that most of the details in the past, including windows, furniture, etc., are still intact. And the food is great. It was time to walk off my meal and explore the lovely city of Tainan. A city with a rich history, there's so much to see. I visited several shopping areas, a local Buddhist temple, as well as the historic fort. Fort Zeelandia was a fortress built over 10 years from 1624 to 1634 by the Dutch East India Company in the town of Anping during their 38-year rule over the western part of the island. The grounds are open for self as well as guided tours of the fort, the tower that overlooks modern-day Tainan, and museum with a number of artifacts and exhibits that showcase Taiwan's early history as a Dutch and Portuguese trading post. In the area of Anping Fort, there are plenty of cafes, markets, and shopping, so visitors have a wide variety of things to choose from when spending the day in this area of Tainan. I'm inside Hayashi department store, which was the very first grocery store, like a proper indoor grocery store here in Tainan, which is the first major city here in Taiwan. So it's been around for a very, very long time, but now it just sells kind of packaged sweets and snacks and things like that that are very typical to Taiwan. Let's go check some stuff out. Hayashi Department Store became the second largest department store in Taiwan, as well as the largest department store in southern Taiwan, equipped with facilities such as an elevator, hand-rolling gates, lamps, lightning rods, and flush toilets, which were all very advanced back in the early days. It is also the only department store in Taiwan that has a Japanese shrine on its rooftop. Today, it is home to local artisan goods from food to fashion, home to garden. Additionally, it boasts a cafe as well as rooftop with lovely views of the city. Located in the heart of the former capital city, Silk's Place Tainan embodies the spirit of the ancient Silk Road in which East met West. Timeless designs throughout the five-star hotel blend the subtleties of Eastern aesthetics with the luxuries of Western modernity. This five-star hotel leaves no stone unturned, and its service is second to none, offering guests world-class dining, elegant accommodations, great on-site entertainment, and all a stone's throw away from all the city has to offer.
Nobody gets too much love anymore.
On my way out of town from Tainan to Kaohsiung, I had the wonderful opportunity to visit Ten Drum Culture Village just on the outskirts of town. The modern tourist hub transformed from a century-old sugar refinery, Ten Drum Culture Village is home to a huge variety of fun, interactive, and even adventure activities. The converted industrial grounds boasts a cafe, restaurant, gift shop, and theater space that is home to the Grammy Award-winning Ten Drum Art Percussion Group. Time to walk the grounds on my own to check out all this creative space had to offer.
All right, time to get on this death-defying crazy cat swing. Here we go.
For those not into daredevil activities, there's still plenty to do, from taking drum classes, walking the sculpture garden and tree canopy catwalk, to enjoying a tea or even a full meal. Perfect for kids of all ages, Ten Drum Culture Village is a wonderful way to spend an afternoon and get inspired by art, play, and green initiatives. So I finally made it to Kaohsiung, but before checking into my hotel, I had to check out the Tiger and Dragon pagodas.
Enter the dragon.
The pagodas showcase paintings of 12 magi and the Jade Emperor's 30 palaces, as well as paintings of Confucius. Visitors can catch views of the Small Tortoise Mountains, Spring and Autumn Pavilions, 5 Mile Pavilion, and Pai Chi Pavilion, as well as the surrounding lake. Even though it was a rainy day, I had to check out the beach and other coastal areas. Sijin Island is a popular day escape from big and bustling Kaohsiung, Taiwan's second largest city. When the weather turns muggy on the mainland, It's not uncommon for locals to make the short trip over to Sijin for some time on the beach. A number of bike rental options are close to the ferry terminal, and I was lucky enough to have made it during a fun sand sculpture festival.
I couldn't come to Taiwan without doing some karaoke. Ah!
I couldn't resist trying a local delicacy of shaved ice with fruit before hitting the road again and finally getting to my hotel. I was super excited to be able to stay at the H2O Hotel. This stylish new build decorates the night sky of North Kaohsiung with a high-tech blue water feature. While on the inside, guests are treated to meticulous service, chic accommodations that overlook the city, fabulous dining and nightlife, as well as the only pool bar on the top floor in Kaohsiung. Because of its close proximity to the business district, H2O is perfect for business travelers as well as tourists, as it offers great lounges and common areas that are well suited for work as well as play. And it's super close to all sorts of great city sights, shopping, night markets, and more. On my last full day in Kaohsiung, I got to visit a few very unique temples, one of which showcased a fully handmade, intricately decorated boat that would be burned in an upcoming Confucian ceremony.
Well, I happened to be walking in my neighborhood next to the H2O Hotel, and I stumbled across Light Dim Sum. It's a fully vegetarian dim sum restaurant. I'm so excited. I've been craving it my whole trip. Let's go in.
Yes, I had been craving dim sum, and Light Dim Sum delivered more than I'd bargained for. I wanted everything on the menu, but settled for about half of it. My whole trip, I had tried to carve out some time for a night market and finally made it to Lihue Night Market, one of the most popular markets in all of Taiwan, where street food, handicrafts, clothing, and even knickknacks and souvenirs are sold. Night markets are an absolute must-do when in Taiwan.
Can't go to a night market without getting some grub. Well, sadly, it's time for me to leave Taiwan, but there's more adventures coming up on the Healthy Voyager, and I hope you'll join me.